Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our VGC Regulation H analysis of last year's Toronto Regional Championships. We are on round number 7 today, and we have some pretty big names in VGC here. Justin Burns and Justin Tang, and their teams feature some of the most prominent and consistent Pokemon in Regulation H. We have Sneasler's, we have Goldengos, and plenty of others, and it's all just solid Pokemon all the way down, I bet, in this round. Blood Moon Ursaluna with the Terra Ghost Assault Vest, Mind's Eye, allowing it to hit even Ghost types with the normal type attacks. Blood Moon, Hyper Voice, Earth Power, and Vacuum Wave. Vacuum Wave for a little bit of additional priority. Amoonguss here for some redirection and support. Citrus Berry, Terra Water, Regenerator, Pollen Puff, Spore, Rage Powder, and Protect. Dragonite here, very offensive, quite strong. This is my preferred Dragonite set. Skill Shot, Protect, Tailwind Haze, Loaded Dice with the Terra Fairy, as well as multi-skill for more defensive utility. Sneasler with the Terra Stellar, getting as much damage out as possible with the Unburden, Focus Sash, Throat Chop, Protect, Dire Claw, and Close Combat. Unburden, if that Focus Sash gets procced, all of a sudden makes this thing a very heavy hitter. Goldengo with the Life Orb, Terra Steel for as much damage as possible with Make It Rain, Shadow Ball, Nasty Plot, and Protect. Good as gold there, prevents any of those status moves. And then Incineroar with the Terra Ghost, Safety Goggles, Intimidate, Fake Out, Knock Off, Flare Blitz, and Parting Shot. An incredibly standard Incineroar set. Sometimes we'll see the Citrus Berry instead of the Safety Goggles, but Incineroar, especially in this regulation, is great at providing additional damage along with great utility. Justin Tang on the other side, Hisuian Arcanine is the Intimidator of choice with that Clear Amulet, making sure that it doesn't get intimidated with Terra Water, Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, Extreme Speed, and Protect. A little less utility, a little bit more damage here. Rillaboom with the Assault Vest, Grassy Surge, Drum Beating, Grassy Glide, High Horsepower, and Fake Out. Drum Beating, I believe, can lower the opponent's speed a little bit, and that Terra Fire. Dragonite as well here, a little bit different with the Terra Ground and Stomping Tantrum edition instead of Haze, along with the Scale Shot, Tailwind, Protect, and Loaded Dice. Sneasler here has the White Herb with Unburden, Close Combat, Dire Claw, Coaching, and Protect, along with the Terra Ghost. Alolan Ninetales is a Weather Setter here, taking advantage of its own Snow Cloak to set up the snow and use big damage blizzards with the Focus Sash, Terra Ghost, Encore, Icy Wind, and Aurora Veil to mitigate a lot of damage, essentially setting up both screens at the same time. Goldengo with the Grassy Seed, taking advantage of that Grassy Surge, getting a little bit of a defense boost with Terra Water, Nasty Plot, Make It Rain, Shadow Ball, and Protect. A little bit of a bulkier Goldengo here, a little bit more of an unusual set, but all things considered, for the most part, both these teams have fairly similar game plans. You have the Sneasler, Dragonite, and Goldengo on both teams, although they are all different from each other. But notably, I think one of the big things here that Justin Tang has is that Hisuian Arcanine. Having the ability to go for Rock Slides, have the ability to go for really strong Flare Blitzes consistently is going to be pretty important in this matchup, I imagine. But Justin Tang leads with the Rillaboom and the Goldengo, and Justin Burns leads with the Sneasler and the Dragonite. So Fake Out is live for Justin Tang. Dragonite, of course, with that multi-scale can be flinched, and we see that defense boost here for the Goldengo. So Sneasler can't really get any good hits on to the Goldengo without Throat Chop. Justin Tang can, of course, go for that Terra Steel, make sure that nothing too crazy in terms of damage is happening to Goldengo. And with that defense boost, I imagine this thing is trained to be able to take a Sneasler close combat with Terra Steel. Notably, Justin Tang does not have to worry too much about a Scale Shot from the Dragonite, especially with that Fake Out, which breaks the multi-scale as well. Dire Claw does come through under the Rillaboom, does a lot of damage, but does not get a status proc here. And Goldengo, feeling incredibly safe, gets to go for a Nasty Plot, raising its special attack by 2. So Dragonite flinching from that Fake Out is big, mostly because it also breaks the multi-scale, like I said before. This now puts it in probably within pretty close range of a Shadow Ball. I don't know if Make It Rain would be able to do enough. Throat Chop now from the Sneasler can do quite a bit of damage, but you do run the risk of this Goldengo just going for that Terra Steel Make It Rain, which I think that might just be able to clean up everything here. Notably, Rillaboom is in range of probably anything that the Sneasler throws at it. Dire Claw not getting any status conditions on it hurts a lot, and Sneasler now getting taken down, or well, at least getting the Focus Sash broken. Dire Claw does take out the Rillaboom. I think Justin Tang is fine with this. The job is done. This Goldengo is set up. +1 defense, +2 special attack. Make It Rain comes through. Dragonite does not fall, but Sneasler does. We do get a -1 special attack on the Goldengo, putting it at just that +1 after the Nasty Plot. Dragonite does get to go for Tailwind here, notably doubling Justin Burns' speed for the next 4 turns. And we see Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Incineroar in the back. These Pokemon are pretty good options into this Goldengo, but what else does Justin Tang have in the back here? Because Ninetales could spell quite a bit of doom. Ninetales is not only incredibly quick, potentially still faster than this Ursaluna Blood Moon, even with Tailwind setup, but it will do a lot of damage with Blizzard. It could set up Aurora Veil as well, make this a Goldengo even tankier and even more difficult to take down. So this is one of the things we were talking about earlier. Justin Burns does have a very offensive team, is going very aggro here. Justin Tang is a little bit more supportive, is actually trying to set up this Goldengo with Pokemon that can still do damage though, so there is still pressure. So Justin Tang creating this raid boss of a Goldengo almost, especially if we see this Aurora Veil get set up, that is just going to be able to sweep through Justin Burns' team. That said, there is pressure the whole time. This is what you want for a setup type team, for a team where it's going to be a little bit, not necessarily slower, but a little bit more focused on one Pokemon to get the job done. We do see Justin Burns going for that Terra Ghost on the Ursaluna here, trying to avoid potentially, honestly, I'm not certain what the Ursaluna Terra Ghost there, or well, no, the Terra Ghost is making sure that it is not weak to a Blizzard. We do see the Haze come out of the Dragonite. That is pretty big. That eliminates all stat changes, but the Aurora Veil still gets set up, so Goldengo still remains plenty tanky. Now, Ursaluna does not have to worry too much about its moves not connecting with the Goldengo because of that Blood Moon, but it does have to worry about that Protect. Ninetales Focus Sash is going to get broken here, but it's still feeling pretty darn good. And notably, as we saw, Ninetales is in fact faster than this Ursaluna in even with this Tailwind set up. So 2 turns of Tailwind left. We're going to have to, we're gonna have to see what happens with this Dragonite here. It is relatively quick, but if this Tailwind goes down and Ninetales is still on the field, Justin Tang remains in a phenomenal spot. And even now, Goldengo is feeling pretty darn good. It doesn't have that nasty, that one nasty plot boost, but it can still do plenty of damage. And we do see it going for that Terra Steel here. We know it's going to outspeed the Ursaluna Blood Moon, and with that Terra Water, it's a solid defensive Terra. I forgot that Justin Burns' Goldengo was Terra Steel, by the way. But it's a very solid defensive Terra. Scale Shot misses completely, which is pretty big. Blizzard comes through. It's going to take out the Dragonite, do a little bit of damage to that Ursaluna since it's no longer weak to it thanks to the Terra Ghost. And now are we going to see a Shadow Ball here? I could definitely see it from Justin Tang. Ursaluna does go fast. It's faster than Goldengo, notably. And Goldengo takes about 1/3 of its HP and gets a nasty plot off. So that defensive Water-type Terra, along with the Aurora Veil, making sure that this Goldengo stays perfectly healthy for the rest of this game. We are going to see Incineroar make its way onto the battlefield here. Fake Out is alive and well. Unfortunately, Justin Burns does have to contend with Protect on this Goldengo. Now, and also, along with that, Alola Ninetales could just go for Encore into that Incineroar if Fake Out is the option. I think if you're Justin, maybe you just have to go for a knockoff here, try to get as much damage onto that Goldengo as possible, or potentially going in for that Flare Blitz into the Ninetales. Ooh, that is actually a pretty interesting option. We do see the Protect into the Goldengo, and again, you might have saw what Justin Burns clicked here. I don't mind this too much. Fake Out into the Ninetales. You're very much expecting the Protect into the Goldengo, so a very nice call from Justin Burns here, but Blood Moon into the Goldengo just in case the Protect did not go through. Unfortunately, the Protect did. Ninetales gets to recover some of that HP, and again, you are in a spot where that Ninetales could honestly just Encore this Incineroar, make it useless for the rest of this game. We do see the grassy terrain disappear, but that snow is around for at least 2 more turns, I believe. And for Justin Burns, I mean, this is just going to be all that she wrote. Again, Encore from the Alola Ninetales would keep the Incineroar locked into Fake Out, while this Goldengo can just get free attacks off onto the other onto Ursaluna, and that Incineroar would not last much longer either. So if you're Justin Burns, I think you need to try to make some adjustments going into the next game. I think trying to target down that Goldengo early might be the way to go, but Justin Tang doesn't make that easy. Again, not necessarily a defensive team from Justin Tang, right? But very much a team that is designed to support this Goldengo. At least that, core of Rillaboom and Alolan Ninetales makes that Goldengo very hard to take down. The Terra Water makes it quite tanky, and Rillaboom providing that Fake Out support. Arcanine potentially providing Intimidate support as needed. along with all three of those Pokemon providing offensive pressure and variable offensive pressure, both physical and on the special side, makes things really, really difficult for the opponent. For Justin Burns, I think you have to get off the ground early. I think you have to really, really try to hit hard and hit fast. And Justin Tang made some pretty impressive calls, but I don't think it's anything that Justin Burns could not have accounted for. So with that, let's get into game number 2 here. So we once again see the Goldengo coming out from Tang along with the Arcanine, and then for Burns we have the Dragonite and a Goldengo of his own. So a little bit of a switch up here from both players. A Goldengo to match the Goldengo. Notably, Justin Burns' Goldengo has the Life Orb, so it will be doing more damage off rip. The question is, which one is faster? That could be quite big. I don't think Dragonite can outspeed Goldengo, so you are going to have to, this might just end up being a speed tie. And if you are Justin Burns, getting Tailwind set up could be rather important here, especially if you can make sure your Goldengo is the one that survives, as Justin Tang has no speed control here. Intimidate, notably, somewhat relevant up against this Dragonite, and we see Justin Tang making a little bit of a defensive play here, swapping the Goldengo out, bringing the Rillaboom in, setting up that grassy terrain. There is no Sneasler on the battlefield right now, so Rillaboom feels all right coming into this, especially with that Assault Vest mitigating some special damage. Flare Blitz does come through here from the Arcanine. It is faster than the Goldengo, and it takes it out in one shot. That is a very big risk from Justin Burns, and that Arcanine being so fast and having so much damage on it takes out a very, very powerful Pokemon, and Justin Burns essentially starts this game down one Pokemon. Even with that Tailwind set up, I'm not sure you feel great about this. We do see the Ursaluna and the Sneasler in the back. We already know that this Ursaluna is not incredibly fast in Tailwind. Sneasler was already the fastest thing on the field. That Tailwind is nice. It makes sure that this Dragonite can move pretty fast, but how is this Ursaluna going to be able to make things work here? It's already good. It's almost going to be priced into going for that Terra Ghost already. It does not want to have to take either a Drum Beating or a Grassy Glide from this Rillaboom on the opposing side. It can probably tank it, but it doesn't really want to, because it's going to be some solid damage either way. It does have the option to go for Earth Power or potentially Vacuum Wave into the Arcanine. That should be plenty of damage into it, but at the same time, Arcanine is quite speedy and also has the option to go for Extreme Speed into the Dragonite. And even beyond all of that, Justin Tang could still switch out that Arcanine for something else. We see all Pokemon staying in though. Dragonite going for that Scale Shot, gonna do about a third, maybe a little bit more of Rillaboom's total HP here. I'm interested to see how many it hits in total. It's going to end up doing about a half. Yeah, end up doing about a half to that Rillaboom. No fake out, notably, from Rillaboom is pretty big. Dragonite's defense does fall, gives an additional speed boost here. It was already the fastest thing on the field. And Blood Moon Ursaluna is faster than both of Justin Tang's Pokemon. Okay, so it is trained at least somewhat in speed, and Rillaboom goes down. This leaves Arcanine on the field now to get some damage out. This is going to be a super effective Rock Slide on Dragonite. A little bit of chip damage onto the Ursaluna, but not much more than that. Even with a critical hit, that is a very, very physically tanky Ursaluna. Now, I would be a little bit surprised to see Goldengo come in here. We saw how successful the Ninetales was before, and we see it again here. Again, getting the snow set up, guaranteeing that its blizzards are going to hit for the next few turns, and neither of these Pokemon want to take a blizzard. We saw Justin Burns go for the Terra Ghost on the Ursaluna before, but notably, Justin Burns could have taken note that in the previous game, Justin Tang went for the Aurora Veil very, very early, trying to get that set up. We know this Ninetales is fast. It's faster than the Blood Moon Ursaluna, and it is immune to Scale Shot. That is a very, very big deal. Dragonite cannot touch this Ninetales. Even if it goes for the Terra Fairy, it is not going to matter in the long run. So, Justin Tang is in a rather safe spot here to set up the Aurora Veil. You only have a couple turns of with the protect. Well, you only have a couple turns of Tailwind left to deal with just on Justin Burns' side, and protecting this Arcanine it all but guarantees that you are going to have this Aurora Veil set up. And again, you still have the option to go for Blizzard. You still have even Icy Wind. Okay. That is an interesting choice. It does plenty of damage to the Dragonite, enough to take it down, and you do drop the Blood Moon Ursaluna's speed. I think there's only one more turn of Tailwind. I have no idea how much, I have no idea by how much this Blood Moon Ursaluna was outspeeding the Arcanine, notably. So, again, a little bit of I'm scratching my head a little bit for Justin Tang here. I think you could have guaranteed that you get the rest of this game wrapped up. But you do have Sneasler coming in now. It does have that Dire Claw. It should be faster than, or it's going to be faster than the Ninetales for at the very least this turn. We could see a Terrestrialization from the Ninetales, but Arcanine can still do some good work here. Extreme Speed coming through wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I think Justin Tang would be a little bit hesitant about that for the going into the Ursaluna Blood Moon. We saw the Terra Ghost last time. I don't know if we will see it this time around. Now, Justin Burns is still in a very tough spot. Goldengo is still in the back. It's at full HP. It does have that Grassy Seed. Grassy Terrain should be ending soon, so I don't know if it's going to be able to get that damage reduction with the defense boost up quite yet. Ninetales, notably, again, should be able to survive here, but if it does get hit from a sleep by Dire Claw, that could put Justin Tang in a little bit of a wonky spot. We do see the Terrestrialization, though, and it's going into that Terra Ghost, so it will not be taking any super effective damage from this Sneasler unless Justin Burns called a Throat Chop, which would have been a very, very bold move here. But Sneasler actually goes for the Protect, interestingly enough. I imagine we are going to see, okay, it's going to be an Icy Wind again. Justin Tang just saying, don't care about the Aurora Veil. Icy Wind, a little bit more damage onto the Blood Moon Ursaluna. A -2 there should make it slower than this Arcanine. Who did Justin Tang target with this Arcanine is the question, and it is the Blood Moon Ursaluna. Flare Blitz takes it down to just 22 HP. Not quite enough to take it out. We do see a little bit of recoil damage here, along with Blood Moon. That's still going to hit the Ninetales. Yeah, taking it down to not quite its Focus Sash, but almost its Focus Sash. Still hitting that Terra Ghost, even though Ghost types are normally immune. Again, thanks to that pesky Mind's Eye ability. Tailwind does peter out here. Again, Justin Burns has not gone for a Terrestrialization yet. I'm very interested to see if he even decides to go for it on this turn. Now, for Justin Burns, what is your win condition here? It's kind of just a Sneasler cleanup, right? You need to get close combats out, you need to get throat chops out, and you need this Blood Moon Ursaluna to try and take down at least one more Pokemon, or at least get some sort of other damage in. We do see the Terra Ghost here, making sure that Extreme Speed isn't going to be doing anything, although an Icy Wind from the Ninetales should still connect and do more than enough damage. Arcanine goes for a Protect of its own. Justin Tang still playing it safe, not getting too aggressive here. Vacuum Wave comes out into the Ninetales. Again, that Mind's Eye ability coming in pretty clutch. So Ninetales goes down. Justin Tang loses a second Pokemon, putting it to 2v2, but Justin Tang will have the health advantage, as well as a very, very strong Goldengo coming into the battlefield right before the Grassy Terrain ends. So a little bit of HP restoration. Oh, no, I thought the Goldengo would come in before the Grassy Terrain goes. No, so Goldengo does not get that Grassy Seed boost. That could be pretty important here. This Sneasler could simply take this game home. It depends on what happens with this Goldengo. We already know that Justin Tang cannot Terrestrialize. We saw the Ninetales Terrestrialize. How much damage is this Goldengo going to take from something like an Extreme Speed? Sneasler goes down to about half HP. Vacuum Waves come through, takes Goldengo down by about a quarter of it. Throat Chop comes in. How much is it going to do? It doesn't do nearly enough. Goldengo is tanky here, man. And Justin Tang gets to make it rain off, takes out both of Justin Burns' Pokemon, and takes home round number 7 in 2-0 fashion. That game got pretty close at the end there. It came down to just how much damage was Sneasler going to do, and that Throat Chop just didn't quite do enough. That was a very fun match. Again, Justin Tang playing a little bit more of a setup type team, a little bit more of a slower team, just a little bit, than what we have seen from a lot of these Regulation H just slam the head against the wall and see who wins type deal. But going into the next round, it'll be the last round of day 1 of Toronto, round number 8, and we have some pretty big names there, Wolf and Marco Silva to be exact. So until next time, y'all, be safe, be smart, make wise decisions, and farewell.